The sun was going down. The forest near the village was quiet, too quiet. The little girl, Anna, was running between the tall trees, her laughter soft like a bird's song. She always loved to play here, even when her father warned her not to go too far. But that evening, something felt different. The wind stopped. Even the birds were silent. Anna slowed down, looking around. The air felt heavy, almost like the forest was holding its breath. She turned her head and froze. Behind a group of trees, half hidden in shadows, someone was watching her. It was not a villager. It was not even human. At least, not fully. The figure looked like a young girl, but her skin glowed faintly, like moonlight. Her eyes were large, shining with a strange blue fire. She looked hurt. A deep cut ran across her arm, and she held it close to her chest. For a long moment, both of them stared at each other. Neither moved. Anna's small heart beat fast, but her fear was mixed with curiosity. "Hello?" Anna whispered. The strange girl didn't answer. Her breathing was rough, and her glowing eyes shifted nervously, like she was ready to run. Anna took one small step forward. "Don't be scared, I won't tell anyone." The strange girl tilted her head, almost like she was trying to understand the words. Then slowly, she shook her head, as if warning Anna to stay away. Before Anna could speak again, a deep voice called from behind. "Anna, where are you?" It was her father. He came walking fast through the trees, carrying a bundle of wood on his shoulder. His face changed when he saw the figure in the shadows. His eyes widened, and the wood dropped from his hands. "What is that?" he whispered under his breath. Anna ran to him, pulling at his sleeve. "Dad, please, don't be angry. She's hurt. Can she stay with us just for a little while?" Her father grabbed her shoulder quickly. "Stay behind me." His eyes stayed fixed on the glowing figure. "Anna, this is not safe. We don't know what it is." But Anna shook her head. "She's not dangerous. Look at her, Dad. She's scared. She needs help." The strange girl stumbled a little, almost falling. She pressed her hand to her wound, and for a second her glow flickered weaker, like a candle in the wind. The father's heart pounded. He had heard stories, strange lights in the forest, shadows moving in the sky at night. People whispered of beings that were not from this world. But never had he thought one would stand before him, or look so much like a child. The girl raised her eyes and met his. There was fear there, yes, but also something else. A silent plea. Anna tugged at her father's hand again. Her voice broke softly. "Please, Dad. Can she stay with us? Just for tonight?" The father opened his mouth to say no. But then, he heard something. Far away in the deep forest, heavy footsteps echoed. Not one, not two, many. Something was moving closer, breaking branches, crushing leaves underfoot. The strange girl's head turned sharply. Her glowing eyes widened in terror. She whispered, her voice soft but clear. "They are coming." The father's blood ran cold. "Who's coming?" The strange girl shook her head. She tried to stand, but her legs trembled. She was too weak. The footsteps grew louder. The father could feel it now, like the earth itself shaking under something powerful. He looked at Anna, who clung tightly to his arm. Her eyes were full of tears. "Dad," she said again, her voice trembling but firm. "She's just like me. Please, don't let them take her." The father's mind raced. If he left the strange girl here, those footsteps, whatever they belonged to, would find her. If he helped her, he was bringing danger into his own home. He glanced back at the glowing girl. For the first time, she tried to speak more. Her voice was broken, but full of pain and desperation. "Please, hide me." The forest shook again. Branches snapped. Something was almost there. The father made his choice. He pulled the strange girl's arm over his shoulder, lifting her weight, and hissed at Anna. "Stay close. Don't let go of my hand." Anna's face lit up with relief, even as fear filled her eyes. "Thank you, Dad." The three of them hurried toward the village, the sound of the hunters growing nearer. The father didn't dare look back. But as they ran, he couldn't shake the feeling that those glowing eyes were not just scared. They were hiding a secret. Something about her was more than human. Something that could change everything. The forest behind them exploded with noise. A deep roar echoed through the trees. And in that moment, the father knew. This was only the beginning. The night was deep when the father pushed open the old wooden door of his house. Anna rushed in first, her small hands holding the strange girl tightly. The father followed, carrying her weak body across the room and laying her gently on a straw mat. The glow on her skin had grown faint, almost gone. Only her eyes still shone, dim and restless. She looked around the room like a wild animal trapped inside a cage. Anna knelt beside her. "You're safe now. This is our home." The father lit a small lantern. Its warm light filled the room, soft against the shadows. He stared at the stranger on the floor. She looked almost human, but not quite. Her face was pale and beautiful in an unearthly way. The wound on her arm was deep, but no blood came out. Instead, a silver liquid shimmered along the cut. He whispered to himself, "What are you?" The girl's lips trembled. For a moment he thought she might answer, but then she turned away, hiding her face. Anna's little hand touched her arm carefully. "Don't be afraid. My dad will help you." The father frowned. "Anna, we can't keep her here. If anyone finds out—" "No!" Anna shook her head strongly. "She'll die if we leave her outside. Please, Dad, just for one night." The father's chest tightened. He looked at his daughter's desperate face, then at the fragile figure before him. He remembered the footsteps in the forest, the roar that still echoed in his mind. Whoever was hunting her, they were close. Finally, he sighed. One night. No more. Anna smiled through her tears and whispered, "Thank you." That night, the father could not sleep. He sat near the fire, listening. Every sound outside felt sharper, the creak of wood, the howl of wind, even the quiet rustle of leaves. He imagined shadows moving between the houses of the village. He imagined glowing eyes peering through his window. In the corner, Anna slept peacefully beside the strange guest, her arm wrapped protectively around her. The father watched them, a strange thought burning in his heart. His daughter was so quick to trust, so quick to love, but was it safe? He closed his eyes for only a moment. Then a soft voice woke him. "They will not stop." His eyes flew open. The stranger was awake, her glowing eyes fixed on him. Her voice was weak but steady. "What do you mean?" the father whispered. "They hunt me. They will search every forest, every house. If I stay, you are in danger too." The father leaned closer, his jaw tight. "Why are they hunting you?" The girl hesitated. Her lips parted, but then she lowered her gaze. "I cannot say. Not yet." Anger flared in him. "You bring danger to my home, and you can't even tell me why?" Anna stirred in her sleep, mumbling softly, "Don't fight." The father's anger melted at the sound of her voice. He sighed and rubbed his forehead. "Who are you?" he asked quietly. The girl looked at him with eyes full of something deeper than fear. "I am not your enemy." Her words hung heavy in the air. Morning came with whispers. The villagers had seen strange lights in the forest. They spoke of shapes moving in the dark and sounds that did not belong to any animal. Some claimed it was spirits, others said demons. The father carried water from the well, trying to act normal, but his eyes kept scanning every face, every corner. Did anyone suspect? One old man stopped him. "Strange night, wasn't it?" His voice was sharp, his eyes narrow. "If you see anything unusual, you should tell us, for the safety of the village." The father forced a smile. "Of course," but inside his stomach turned. He hurried back home, heart racing. Inside, Anna was feeding their guest a bowl of warm broth. The girl's hands shook as she held the spoon, but her eyes softened when Anna laughed. For the first time, the father saw her smile, faint but real. He leaned on the doorway, watching. Something about that smile. It wasn't dangerous, it was lonely. That night, the father set rules. You cannot leave this house, not even to look outside. If someone sees you, it will be the end. The girl nodded slowly. I will not be seen. But later, as the fire burned low, the father heard her whisper to Anna. Her voice was broken, full of sorrow. They will find me. They always find me. Anna hugged her tightly. Not here. My dad will protect us. The father heard those words and felt the weight on his shoulders grow heavier. Could he protect them both? Or was he bringing doom to his family? The days passed slowly, each one more tense. At night, strange lights moved in the sky. The villagers grew restless, and the father began to notice something about the girl. When she thought no one was looking, her hand glowed faintly, and the broken wood by the fire seemed to mend itself. The wound on her arm healed faster than human flesh should. He watched silently, unease twisting inside him. She was not normal, she was not safe, and yet, she was alive because of him. One evening, as the wind howled outside, the girl sat by the window. Her glowing eyes reflected the stars. Without turning, she spoke softly. They are closer now. The father froze. How do you know? Her voice was almost a whisper. Because I can feel them. Before he could ask more, Anna ran into the room, holding his arm tightly. Her eyes were wide with fear. Dad, she said, her voice shaking. There are people outside, knocking on doors. They are asking questions. The father's blood turned cold. He rushed to the window and peered into the night. Dark shapes moved between the houses, lanterns glowing in their hands. Someone knocked on a neighbor's door, shouting, "We know she is here. Hand her over." The father's heart pounded. His home was no longer safe. And as the knocking moved closer, he knew the time of hiding was almost over. The night was restless. Wind pushed against the wooden walls, and the small lantern inside flickered as if afraid. The father sat awake again, staring at the door. He could hear the footsteps outside. The strangers had not gone. They moved from house to house, their voices low, their questions sharp. Anna slept close to the strange girl, her little hand gripping the girl's silver-white fingers. The guest's glowing eyes stayed open. She did not blink. She did not rest. She only listened, her whole body tense like a hunted animal waiting for the predator to strike. The father whispered, "They are looking for you. Who are they?" The girl turned slowly. Her voice was thin but steady. "Hunters. They do not stop. Once they find a trail, they follow until the end." The father's face hardened. "Hunters of what?" "Hunters of me," she replied. Her gaze fell to Anna, then to the floor. "And of anyone who helps me." The father felt his chest tighten. He had feared this truth, but hearing it made the weight heavier. Suddenly, a sharp sound broke the silence. A knock. It was on their door. The father rose quickly, pressing a finger to his lips. He whispered, "Yo, stay quiet." He moved to the door, his heart pounding like a drum. "Open," a voice demanded from outside. Cold commanding. "We know something is here." The father gripped the doorframe. "You have the wrong house," he called back, trying to keep his voice calm. Silence. Then another knock, harder this time. "We saw the tracks." "Don't lie." Anna stirred awake. Fear filled her eyes. She whispered, "Dad, don't let them in." The strange girl sat upright. Her glow brightened slightly, her breathing sharp. She shook her head, whispering urgently, "If you open, they will take me, and you, and her." She pointed to Anna with trembling fingers. The father's hands clenched. He had no weapons, only his will. He stayed silent. After a long pause, the footsteps moved on. The hunters' voices grew faint, fading into the night. The father turned back, relief flooding him. But the strange girl whispered, "They are not gone. They only searched somewhere else. For now." Morning came heavy and gray. The village was not the same. Groups of strangers walked through the dirt paths, wearing dark coats and carrying lanterns even in daylight. Their eyes were sharp, scanning everything. The villagers whispered in fear, some watching from behind windows, others offering quick bows to the hunters. Anna clung to her father's hand as they went outside to fetch water. She whispered, "Why are they here, Dad?" "To find her," he muttered, eyes low. Anna's face hardened, more serious than a child's should be. "Then we won't let them." Her father looked down at her, shocked by her courage. But when they returned home, the strange girl was waiting near the window. She looked at him with urgency. "We cannot stay. If they search every house, they will come here. Tonight, tomorrow, soon." The father exhaled deeply. "Where do you want me to take you?" "Where can you even go?" The girl shook her head. "I do not know. I only know I cannot be caught." Anna spoke quickly, almost defiantly. "Then we'll keep running. You can stay with us forever." The strange girl's glowing eyes softened at the child's words, almost breaking into a faint smile, but then her expression darkened again. She whispered, "You do not understand. If I stay, you will lose everything." The father heard truth in her voice. He felt it like a shadow pressing against his heart. But when he looked at Anna, clinging tightly to the girl, he knew there was no easy choice. That evening, the sky turned red with strange lights. They moved in patterns no human lantern could make, shapes weaving and circling in silence. The villagers gathered in fear, pointing to the heavens. Some prayed, some ran indoors. The father stood outside, his face pale. "What are those?" The girl's eyes locked on the sky. Her voice was almost a whisper. "Them." The lights grew closer, descending slowly toward the forest beyond the village. No sound came, only a low vibration that shook the ground. The father could feel it in his bones. Then, another sound. Heavy footsteps, dozens of them marching into the village. Dark shapes appeared at the edge of the trees, moving in perfect lines. Their eyes glowed faintly beneath helmets. The hunters had arrived in full. The villagers cried out in terror. Doors slammed shut. Children screamed. Anna grabbed her father's arm. "Dad, they'll come here." The strange girl stepped back from the window, her glow pulsing stronger. "It is too late to hide. They are already here." The father's throat went dry. His mind raced. Should he run? Should he fight? How could he protect Anna from something like this? A knock thundered on a neighbor's door. Shouts followed. "Hand her over or face the same fate." The father pulled Anna close, whispering, "Stay behind me. Don't move." The strange girl looked at him with glowing eyes, sharp with both fear and resolve. She spoke in a voice that felt heavier than her small frame. "If you protect me now, your life will change forever. Do you accept this burden?" The father stared at her. His daughter's wish echoed in his mind. "Can she stay with us forever?" Outside, boots crunched closer. Lantern light flickered through the cracks of the walls. The hunters had arrived at his door, and the father knew. The moment of choice had come. The knock on the door shook the small house like thunder. Anna jumped, clutching her father's hand tightly. The strange girl stood frozen, her glowing eyes fixed on the wooden door as if she could already see through it. "Open," a voice demanded outside, calm, cold, and sharp. "We know she is here." The father's heart raced. He looked around the room. There was nowhere to hide. The hunters' voices grew louder. Their boots crunched against the dirt. Their lanterns glowed against the cracks in the walls. Anna whispered, her small voice trembling. "Dad, don't let them take her, please." The father looked down at her. Fear filled her eyes, but so did determination. Then he turned to the strange guest. She stared at him silently, her face pale, her glow faint. She seemed ready to be taken, ready to be lost. The father clenched his fists. His mind screamed, "If I protect her, they will destroy us. If I give her up, Anna's heart will break." The knock came again, louder this time. "Last chance. Open the door or we break it." The father whispered to the girl, "Why are they after you? Tell me the truth." Her voice was thin but strong. "Because I carry something they fear, something they want to erase. If I live, their secret dies." "What secret?" His voice was sharp, almost desperate. She shook her head. "Not yet. If I tell you, it will make you a target forever." The father stepped back, torn between anger and confusion. "You already made us targets." The girl's glowing eyes softened. "I am sorry. I never meant to. But you chose to help me, and now your choice will decide everything." The door rattled under a heavy kick. Anna screamed and pressed herself against her father. He looked at her trembling body, then at the pale girl clutching her arm. And in that moment he understood. His choice was not about safety. It was about who he was willing to be. The father moved quickly. He grabbed Anna and the strange girl, pulling them toward the back of the house. "We're leaving now." Anna's eyes lit up with relief. The strange girl gasped in surprise, whispering, "You would risk everything for me?" The father growled, "I don't know what you are, but my daughter believes in you. That is enough." They slipped out through the back door just as the front door shattered. The hunters stormed in, their glowing eyes sweeping the empty room. "Gone," one of them hissed. The leader's voice was cold. "Then we follow." The family ran into the forest, branches snapping under their feet. The father held Anna in one arm, supporting the strange girl with the other. The forest was alive with sound, hunters shouting, dogs barking, lanterns flickering in the darkness. "Dad," Anna whispered urgently. "They're behind us." "I know," he panted. His legs burned, but he didn't stop. The strange girl stumbled, her glow flickering. "Leave me," she whispered. "If I slow you down, they will catch us all." "Quiet," the father snapped. "You're not slowing anyone down. We survived together, or not at all." Anna's eyes filled with tears, but she kept running beside them. "We're family now," she whispered fiercely. "No one gets left behind." They reached the edge of the river. The water rushed fast and black, too deep to cross easily. The father cursed under his breath. Behind them, lantern light moved closer through the trees. The hunters were almost there. The strange girl's glowing eyes brightened. She stepped forward, her trembling hand hovering over the water. Slowly, the rushing stream began to bend as if obeying her will. The current softened. The surface glimmered like silver under moonlight. The father stared in shock. "What are you doing?" she whispered, her voice weak but certain. "Helping. Just trust me." The water calmed, forming a shallow path of glowing stones across the river. Anna gasped in awe. "She's amazing! Go!" the father shouted, pushing Anna forward. They crossed the glowing path quickly, their feet splashing on the stones. The strange girl followed last, her glow fading as the effort drained her. The moment they stepped onto the far bank, the water roared back to life, covering the path. The hunters reached the river seconds later. Their lanterns swung wildly as they shouted in rage, the current too strong to cross. The father held his daughter and their guest close, his chest heaving. For now they were safe. They hid in a cave that night, the sound of water echoing outside. Anna curled against her father while the strange girl sat near the wall, her eyes faint but still glowing. The father studied her quietly. Finally, he asked, "What are you really?" She met his gaze. For the first time, her voice broke, heavy with sorrow. "I am proof. Proof that humans are not weak, not forgotten. Proof that you are becoming more." His brow furrowed. "What do you mean?" She shook her head again. "You will see. But if I die, you may never know." The father leaned back, the firelight dancing on his tired face. His choice had been made, but the weight of it pressed harder with each moment. Anna, half asleep, whispered softly, "Dad, she's one of us now. Promise me we'll keep her safe." The father looked down at his daughter, then at the glowing girl. And though fear still clutched his heart, he whispered, "I promise." Outside, the forest was silent again. But the hunters were not gone. Their search was only beginning, and the father knew his promise would lead them into greater danger than he had ever imagined. The night was no longer quiet. The forest echoed with the sound of hunters. Their boots crushed the earth, their voices cut through the trees, and their lanterns glowed like angry fireflies in the darkness. The father held Anna's hand tightly, his other arm steadying the strange girl as they hurried deeper into the woods. His breath came heavy, but he didn't dare stop. Every step reminded him that one mistake, one stumble, could cost them everything. Anna whispered breathlessly, "Dad, they're getting closer." "I know," he muttered, eyes scanning for a safe path. "Keep running." The strange girl stumbled, her glow flickering weakly. "I cannot. Keep this pace." "Yes, you can," the father snapped. "If you fall, they take us all." Anna tightened her grip on the girl's hand. "Don't give up. Please." The strange girl looked at Anna, and in that moment she pushed herself forward again, as if the child's belief gave her strength. Behind them, the hunters spread out. Their voices called to each other in sharp, unnatural tones. They moved with perfect rhythm, like shadows that never lost their prey. One of them raised a device and a pulse of strange blue light shot into the trees. The father felt it instantly, a vibration in the air, crawling across his skin. The strange girl gasped, clutching her chest. "They are tracking me," she whispered. "I cannot hide from that." The father's jaw tightened. "Then we outrun it." But even as he said the words, he knew it wasn't true. The forest grew denser, branches clawing at their clothes, roots rising from the earth to trip their feet. The father guided them carefully, but the hunters' lanterns grew brighter behind. Suddenly a hound's howl split the night. Anna gasped in terror. "They have beasts?" she cried. The strange girl's eyes widened. "Not beasts, machines." Through the trees, silver shapes moved. Creatures shaped like wolves but built from steel. Their eyes glowed red, and their legs bent unnaturally as they leapt across the forest floor. Their growls were not alive, but mechanical and sharp, filled with hunger that was programmed, not natural. The father cursed under his breath. He pushed Anna forward. "Run faster!" The first metal hound lunged, jaws snapping. The strange girl raised her hand weakly, and for a moment, light burst from her palm. The hound staggered back, its body sparking with blue fire, but the girl fell to her knees, drained. The father pulled her up, shouting, "Don't stop, keep moving." They reached a clearing, the moonlight spilling down on them, but the space was too open, too exposed. The father cursed. "No cover here." The hunters' voices grew louder behind them. The red eyes of the hounds glowed at the edge of the trees. Anna clung to her father, terrified. "Dad, what do we do?" The strange girl's voice trembled, but her words were clear. "I can distract them. If I give myself up, they will not chase you." "No," Anna said immediately, shaking her head. Tears filled her eyes. "You're family now. We don't leave family." The father looked at her glowing face, torn between fear and anger. He wanted to yell at her to tell her this wasn't his fight. But then he remembered the night before, the way Anna had held the girl like a sister, the way she had whispered please with all her heart. And he realized it was his fight now. The hounds leapt forward. The father grabbed a thick branch from the ground, swinging it with all his strength. The wood cracked against the metal head of the first hound, sparks flying. The beast stumbled, but another came from the side. Anna screamed. Before it could reach her, the strange girl raised both hands. Her glow surged brighter than before, a wave of silver light blasting outward. The hounds froze mid-air, their bodies stiffening. With a shattering crack, they fell lifeless to the ground. The forest went silent for a breath. The girl collapsed to her knees, gasping for air. Her glow dimmed again, flickering like a dying star. The father knelt beside her, gripping her shoulder. "What was that?" Her voice was almost gone. "Power. I was not meant to use. It will kill me if I keep doing it." Anna hugged her tightly. "Don't. Please don't hurt yourself." The silence ended quickly. The hunters were close now, their boots crushing the clearing, their lanterns swinging. They surrounded the edge of the forest, closing in slowly. The father's mind raced. There was nowhere left to run. He pulled Anna close, whispering, "Stay behind me, no matter what." Anna's tears fell, but she nodded bravely. The strange girl raised her head weakly, her eyes locked on the father. "You chose to protect me, but you must understand, this is only the beginning." The hunters stepped into the clearing. Dozens of them, their faces hidden under dark helmets, their weapons glowing with strange blue fire. The leader raised a hand. His voice was calm, cold, and final. "Hand her over, or your world burns with her." The father stood tall, his jaw set. His body shook with fear, but he did not move aside. Anna whispered fiercely, "Dad, don't give her up." The strange girl's glow flickered, faint, but determined. She whispered, "You cannot fight them. Not yet." The father's chest heaved. His choice had already been made, but now the true price of that choice stood before him. And as the hunters closed the circle tighter, the father realized The chase was not over. The clearing was silent, but the silence was heavy with danger. Dozens of hunters stood at the edge of the trees, their weapons glowing with cold blue fire. Their leader raised his hand again. His voice cut the night like a blade. "Give her to us. She does not belong here." The father stood firm, his body shielding Anna and the strange girl. His voice shook, but his words were steady. "You will not take her." The leader tilted his head as if amused. "You think you can protect her? She is a danger to you, to all of you." Anna clutched her father's arm. "Dad, don't listen. They're lying." The strange girl's glow flickered faintly. She whispered, "They are not lying. I am a danger, but not in the way they claim." The father looked down at her, confused. "What do you mean?" Her eyes lifted to his, glowing brighter for just a moment. "You should know the truth, before it's too late." The hunters moved closer, step by step, but time seemed to slow as the strange girl began to speak. Her voice was weak, but it carried across the clearing. "I was not born like them. I was created, a child of stars and machines. But something inside me changed, something they could not control." The father frowned. "Changed how?" The girl's eyes burned brighter, silver light spilling from her hands. "Because of you, because of humans." Anna's eyes widened. "Us?" The girl nodded. "I was sent to watch, to measure, to see if humans were only fragile creatures of dirt and bone. But when I lived among you, I felt something they do not have." The hunters shouted, raising their weapons, but the girl lifted her hand and the air shimmered like glass. A barrier of light formed around the father, Anna, and herself. The hunter's bullets struck it and vanished, leaving only ripples. Her voice grew stronger now. "Humans are not weak. You are becoming something greater, something they fear." The father stared at her, his mind spinning. "Greater? We have no power. We have nothing." The girl shook her head. "You have what they lost long ago. Choice, hope, the power to change. Even your love, your daughter's love. It awakened something in me they could not control." Anna's small voice broke the silence. "So, you mean humans can be special too?" The girl smiled faintly. "You already are. That is why they hunt me. Not because I am dangerous, but because I prove the truth. I prove that humans are evolving, that you are the future they fear." The hunters pounded against the barrier, their weapons glowing brighter. Cracks formed in the light shield. The father pulled Anna close, fear rushing through him. "Then what do we do?" he asked desperately. The girl's eyes locked on his. "You decide. If you give me to them, you save yourselves. If you protect me, you declare yourselves part of what is coming, and they will never stop hunting you." The father's heart pounded. His daughter's wish echoed again in his mind. Can she stay with us forever? He looked at Anna, her small face pressed against his arm. Her voice was soft but strong. "Dad, if she is the future, we can't give her away. Please." The father closed his eyes. The weight of his choice pressed heavier than ever, but deep inside he already knew the answer. He opened his eyes and spoke clearly. "We don't give her up. We fight." The girl's glow flared, brighter than ever. Her silver light spread through the clearing, forcing the hunters to stumble back. She stood taller, her wounds forgotten, her voice ringing like a bell. "Then you are no longer only a man protecting his child. You are the first to choose the new path." The hunters roared, charging forward. The barrier shattered. The father grabbed a fallen branch, standing ready, though fear filled his chest. But before the hunters could strike, the strange girl raised her hands. A wave of silver light exploded from her body, racing through the clearing. The hunters froze mid-step, their weapons sparking, their helmets cracking. One by one they fell to the ground, silent and still. The forest grew quiet again. The father stared in shock. What did you do?" The girl collapsed to her knees, gasping. "I did not kill them, only stop them for now. But others will come, more powerful than these." Anna hugged her tightly, tears in her eyes. "Don't hurt yourself again, please." The girl touched Anna's cheek gently. "Do not cry, little one. You are why I am still alive." The father knelt beside her. His voice was rough but steady. "You said humans are changing. What does that mean?" Her eyes met his, glowing softly. "It means one day you will not hide from the stars. You will rise to meet them. And when you do, beings like them will fear you." The father felt a chill. He was only a simple man, a father trying to protect his child. Yet now he stood at the edge of something far greater than himself. The girl whispered one last thing before her glow faded. "Protect me and I will protect you. Together we will show them what humans can become." The father looked out at the fallen hunters, then at his daughter holding the strange girl like a sister. His jaw tightened with resolve. "They will come again," he said quietly. "Yes," the girl whispered. "They always do." But now, for the first time, the father did not only feel fear. He felt something else burning inside him, something the hunters would never understand. Hope. The forest was silent after the battle, but the silence felt heavy, almost waiting. The fallen hunters lay scattered in the clearing, their weapons dim, their glowing eyes dark. Smoke rose from broken machines, and the strange girl's silver glow flickered faintly as she knelt on the ground, exhausted. The father stood over her, gripping a cracked branch in his hand like a weapon. His chest heaved, his face was pale, but his eyes burned with something new: resolve. Anna clung to his side, her small hands gripping tightly, refusing to let go. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then the girl whispered, her voice weak but clear. "This is only the beginning. More will come. Stronger. Smarter. They will not stop until I am gone." The father looked at her, then at Anna, who was staring at him with wide, tearful eyes. "Dad," Anna whispered, her voice trembling but brave. "Don't let them take her, please. Let her stay with us forever." The father's throat tightened. He remembered her first words in the forest. "Dad, can she stay with us forever?" At the time, he had thought it was impossible, dangerous, foolish, but now he knew it was more than a child's wish. It was a truth, a promise. He knelt beside the strange girl and put a hand on her shoulder. "You are not a burden anymore. You are family. If they come again, they will have to face me too." Her glowing eyes widened. For the first time, real emotion broke across her pale face, something like relief. Maybe even joy. "You would accept me," she whispered. "Even knowing the danger?" The father nodded firmly. "Yes, because my daughter is right. You belong here, with us." The moment was fragile, but it did not last. The ground trembled beneath their feet. A low hum filled the air, growing louder. The father looked up and felt his stomach twist. Above the trees, the sky lit with shadows. Huge shapes, ships darker than the night itself. Their lights burned red, scanning the earth below. The girl gasped. "They sent warships. They will burn the village to ash." Anna cried out. "No! Dad, what do we do?" The father clenched his fists. He looked at the girl. "You said humans are changing, that we are stronger than they know. Then show me. Show me what we can do together." The strange girl's glow brightened, though her body shook with weakness. "If I use my power again, it may destroy me. But if you stand with me, if you trust me, maybe I will survive." The father gripped her hand tightly. "You are not alone anymore." Anna wrapped her arms around both of them, whispering, "We're family now. All of us." The hum in the sky grew into a roar. Red beams of light cut through the forest, setting trees aflame. Villagers screamed in the distance, their voices sharp with terror. The father stood tall, the girl at his side, Anna between them. Together, they faced the storm above. The strange girl raised her hands. Her glow flared, brighter than it had ever been. Silver light poured from her body, spreading like wings across the clearing. The father felt the energy surge through him, filling his chest, his bones, his very soul. Anna gasped in wonder. "Dad, and she's not alone. She's sharing it with you." The father's eyes widened. His hands burned with light, his own hands glowing like hers. For the first time, he felt it, the truth she had spoken. Humans were not weak, not forgotten. They were changing. The warships fired. Beams of red fire rained down. The father stepped forward, raising his glowing arms. A wall of silver light rose from the earth, shielding them. The beams struck, but they broke against the barrier, scattering into harmless sparks. The villagers stared from the distance, their fear turning into awe. The strange girl's voice rang out clear and powerful. See them now. Humans are not prey. They are the future. The warships roared louder, but the glow of the father and the girl grew brighter. Their lights joined together, silver and human strength woven as one. With a cry that shook the forest, they unleashed a wave of power upward. The sky itself seemed to split. The ships shuddered under the blast of light, their red eyes flickering. One by one they turned, retreating back into the dark heavens. The forest grew quiet again. The father fell to his knees, gasping for breath. The glow on his hands faded. The strange girl slumped beside him, but she was still alive. Her eyes opened weakly and she smiled. "You see now," she whispered. "This is why they fear you. Because you are more than you believe." The father pulled Anna close, holding both children in his arms. His voice was rough but steady. "Then let them fear. As long as I breathe, they will not take you." The villagers gathered slowly, eyes wide with shock. They looked at the father, the glowing girl, and the child who stood bravely beside them. No one spoke, but something had changed in their hearts. They had seen it. They had seen that humans were not helpless. That night, as the stars returned to the sky, the father sat with Anna and the strange girl by the fire. Anna leaned her head on his shoulder, her voice soft. "Dad, she can stay with us now, right?" The father looked at the glowing girl. She was not just a guest, not just a burden. She was proof. Proof that humanity's future was bright, stronger than the shadows. "Yes," he said finally, his voice firm. "She stays. Forever." Anna smiled, her small arms wrapping around the girl. The girl's eyes glowed faintly, filled with peace for the first time, and in that moment the father understood. This was not just the end of their fight. It was the beginning of something greater, something that would one day change the stars themselves.